So in this class activity, you're going to come up with an error matrix, which is shown over here, which will allow you to judge the overall accuracy of the image interpretation, the producer's accuracy, and the user's accuracy. So let's see how you're going to fill this in. This is our map here, and this shows a classified image that has 4 different classes: orange, green, purple, and blue. And then each of the circles here represents a point where a field measurement was taken. So in this case, it was believed from the image interpretation that this was an area of purple, and then when someone went out and looked at the field, it was indeed purple, so they put a purple circle there. A lot of these are right, some are wrong, like this purple circle, which is in an area that the image interpretation said should be orange. So what we want to do is we want to see how many times we were right and how many times we were wrong. And the way we organize that is in an error matrix. So let's take one example here, and we're going to compare the field measurements to the cell values. So if we look at the field measurements that turned out to be orange, we can look at how many actually landed in orange areas. And that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 7 that we thought were orange actually turned out to be orange. But did we get any orange circles landing in a purple area? And no, we didn't, so we put a 0 there. Did we get any orange circles landing in a blue area? No, we did not, so that would be another 0. And did we get any orange circles landing in a green area? Yes, we did. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to put a 3 there. So my total here is 10. And that means that overall, throughout this map, I have 10 orange circles. 7 of those were correct. And all the ones that were incorrect showed that there was the places where we thought from the image interpretation the class should be green, they actually turned out to be orange. The other way that we could do it is we could go across this way. We could look at the cell values and see what the field measurements were within those cell values. So if we look at all of the orange cells, once again, we're going to find the same number there, right? We're going to find 7 oranges in there. If we look at all the orange cells, I'm also seeing 1 purple here and another purple over here, so there's 2 there. If I look for my orange, the places where once I went on the ground, I determined there was orange, and I look if any of those fall in blue categories, there is 1 blue, which is shown here, so I'm going to put a 1 in the blue. And if I look through the orange areas, I don't see any green circles at all falling on the orange grid cell. So I'm going to put a 0 here. Once again, the sum is going to be at 10 over here. And this is what we use to calculate the producer's accuracy, which is going to be the columns here, and the user's accuracy. So if we wanted to say for orange what the producer's accuracy is, it would be 7 divided by a total number of 10, which would equal 70%. And in this case here, going across, we would get the same number, right? 7 of them were correct, divided by the total number, the sum, and that's going to equal 70%. So in both cases, we have 70% accuracy overall. For the producer's and the user's accuracy for the areas that were interpreted as orange or were found to be orange once we went out in the field and measured them. For the overall accuracy, what we're going to do is we're going to sum up all of whatever numbers we get along this diagonal here, we're going to sum them. And then that number, once we add up 1, 2, 3, and 4 here, that's what we're going to compare with our sum here, which will be the total number of points, which is 40 points. So we already know what we're going to get in the end here, 40. And then once we sum up all the ones correct and divide it by 40, that's going to be our overall accuracy, which we'll put here. These two sums should also add up to 40, the sum along the bottom and the sum along the side. So your job will be to finish filling in this error matrix and then report on the producer's accuracy, the user's accuracy, and then the overall accuracy for this interpretation.